Well, what we're going to do is we've got a bit of a max bag tonight, like, you know. It's the story of when Vostok, a Sekonda and a Rico went into a pub. And what's on the other side of that? So, what we have the star of the show up first. This is my first ever brand new Vostok Amphibia 710-640, which cost 3,649 rubles, which is about 38 pounds in like real money. Comes in its nice little Vostoky box. Comes with its instructions, as you can see, which has been stamped as proof of its guarantee. And this here is an information sheet about the 2416, is it B? Which is the dated automatic movement that has become, like, you know, it's become such a success. Here you can see this has got astonishing loom, we shall see in a second. And I chose it because it's got these like it's got like these double loom segments. There's like a loom, a background loom and a loom pit. It's got very, very good loom indeed. Unidirectional bezel, as with all Russians. Very solid linked Vostok beads of bracelet. It's a 710, as you can see. Basically what a 710 is really is basically an 090, where they've not made it a tonneau. Because they didn't put them in probably in the right way, because some of them will not go into the and there you go. 22mm fitted lug. Signed clasp. Not a signed crown, but it's got the bigger stainless steel. A 710 is what they call the modern ministry. You can see what I mean about the secondary loom is much like, you know, look at the way it's still phosphoring. You know, standard date wheel. This is a 200 metre guaranteed, certified, you know, and it's fully automatic as well. You know, and it takes a very nice wind. I think that is a lovely piece. I say 36-38 quid off of commandersky.com. I'll link in the description. That is solid, that is polished stainless steel, that is not chrome. Case, bracelet, everything is solid stainless steel chrome. Bezel. You know. There you go. Now I chose this out of all of the sets, like, you know, because there's quite a lot on commandersky.com on sale at the moment, so you want to get up there and have a look. So, you know, but this was the one I wanted, because I wanted one that I'm not going to feel, oh, I'm going to fiddle with this, I want to put a new dial on it or a new bezel on it. I wanted to, you know, keep this. This is my first brand new, like, you know, Vostok, and I wanted, you know, I wanted one that would be, you know, the one I wanted. And it's absolutely flawless. Right, we'll go on to the next one. So, next on up is the Sekonda. A bit smaller than the Vostok. and I've had a good go at this already. With this was quite grubby and grimy, even though it did look quite clean. You know, I paid with the delivery and everything. I think I paid about £6 for it. You know, which ain't bad for a modern Sekonda quartz. It's Myoto 2115 standard lozenge type, like Myoto. This Hagerty stuff works really well on these sort of watches. It got it absolutely gleaming, and we got a surprise with the loom on this one. As you can see, I don't know if it's going to phosphor well or not. It's not. Oh, I should get. Nope, it's not going to phosphor. I don't know if the camera's picking it up or not, but it does glow like a nice cyan rather than a green that we're all used to. Now, I'm a great fan of modern or classic Sekondas, as you know. And there you go. Signed keeper. Unsigned crown, unfortunately. Some of them do have an S on them. Right. It's got the fat Omega type hands, like, you know, like if you go over to a retro restore, like mine's got one that's not unlike this one. It's fixed bezel, and it doesn't move, right, and it does look to me like that's either 19 or 20mm fitted lug. You know, I like it. I mean, I'm trying to consolidate my Sekondas into, like, you know, the ones I want to sell, ones I want to keep. And this was a type I haven't got yet, and this is the one I wanted, so I've got that. I would have preferred the blue dial, but you know, I'm not too unhappy about that. We'll move on to the next one. And here we have a bit of Japanese, and another surprise. Ricoh Automatic, paid just over £10 for it. All original. This watch is absolutely flawless. It's kept absolutely amazing time. I'll just quickly call that up. 40. Yep, that's it, 40. You know, look at that. It hasn't even dropped a second. It's fully automatic. Date. It's got a pusher for the date, and I mean, even the pusher and everything is clean. And look, the second watch from India that doesn't have a shitty bloody strap. But look at the detail on that dial. Look at that sunbursting. Look at the cleanliness of the, you know, the applied everything. It's got applied branding. It's got applied window. It's got applied markings. The sunburst is absolutely phenomenal. Now, when I first saw this last year, like, you know, on somewhere else, one of these, like, you know, I kept going after, like, you know, and that they were fetching, like, you know, absolutely ridiculous prices. But this one, like, you know, it popped up and I looked at it, I thought, oh bloody hell, I want that. So I bought it. There's not a scratch on the case anywhere. That's obviously been polished out. Right, so that's Squidge doing her thing. But they look the business. You can see why I like this. I mean, you know, you notice that I do like, you know, dark primary colours like greens and blues and stuff. You know, well, green isn't a primary colour, is it? Right. The only thing that does suck on this is the buckle's a bit sloppy. There you go. And there's loom. Those tiny little dots you see on the inside, look, they actually do loom. They're not very bright, but they do loom. So I'm asking myself, what's going on here? Like, you know, this is a Rico, like, you know, which is a brand that, like, in its time is equal, like, you know, to comparative to Seiko or Citizen. What was wrong? And I mean, I had a look inside, and it's absolutely, I mean, you know, there's no trace of dirt, oil, or, you know, grime or grabbiness. Now, this is a 1970s watch. So what's going on? Oh, you know, it's just absolutely... I'm pleased as punch with this. This is a very, very much a worthy addition to the fleet. That green, it's just fantastic. And I haven't even had to have a go at this. Now this is a Hagerty, like... It sounds to me like, you know, I'm not one of these, like, God botherers who's like to have and say, oh yes, and look, here's the Bible, like, you know. I'm not, like, you know. Now, I've got the connoisseur cloth for the gold. Now, I've been using it on the chrome, but it uses up the impregnation quite a quick, whereas the Hagerty is a single metal application. You know, and as you can see, that's what came off the Sekonda earlier. I mean, it shows you how grimy that was. But wow, like the Sekonda just came up like, you know, like no. It's cost about £4 or £5, this did. And like, you know, this is going to last a good 6 months, if not longer. You know, if you keep it all like fresh, it's not going to lose its thing. So, you know, if you've got chrome stuff or steel stuff, get one of these. And if you've got gold stuff, then get a connoisseur cloth. And, you know, you will, like, you know, your watches will absolutely shine. Right, you know, and I cannot reiterate, like, you know, just how mucky this thing was. I mean, that's why it was cheap, because it was like tired out, like, you know, it's absolutely flawless now. And that's actually kind of like a slightly matte brushed, and you know, it took a time to get the grime out, but it did come out. You know, it's not a bad looking watch now, and I think, you know, I could put this back up on eBay probably tonight for £20. I think, you know, I could double my money easily just by giving it a clean. You know, but I don't want to, because I like this one. You know, it's the Sekonda that I've been after. So we'll go to the up view and we will finish this off. So there's the view. Gives you like an idea of just how, I mean, you know, as I've referred to it elsewhere, the great big fist of metal that is, like, you know, this is what, you know, you could expect the Russian Spetsnaz and all that would be wearing. Actually, they do wear a Vostok. It's called a Ratnik. If you Google up a Ratnik, like, you know, and it comes up Ratnik 84 and stuff like that, it is basically a hourglass 060 Amphibia, but the case is made out of bronze or brass rather than steel. Obviously, because, like, you know, that watch like that could be detected, I suppose, like, you know, if they had like equipment. And it's like a PVD, like matte brown. It's exactly the same movement and hands, like, you know, as this, except like the hands are PVD brown as well, except where the loom is. I don't know that business. This is my first brand new Vostok, and I'm very pleased with that. Sorry I went off a bit on one, like, you know, this last day or so, like, you know, like I say, at the time between the 26th and the 26th August and the 20th of September, I'm a little bit, what's the word, you have to excuse me, like, I'm a little bit cranky because, you know, it's obviously 26th of August was the last day I saw my mum alive, and the 20th of September was the day she passed away, like, you know. So I'm just a bit funny between those two dates. It's up here in the head, so, you know, it's not going to be a long one, like, you know. I definitely recommend Hagerty stainless steel watch cloth. I've not tried any of their other products. I didn't know if Connoisseur made one for stainless steel. I couldn't find one when I looked. I found this one, and I've seen people recommend it. I'm very pleased with how it's brought watches up. already. Like, you know, it's polished this one, like, you know, immensely. You know, I mean, I'm not sponsored by it. I mean, I bought this myself. Like, you know, nobody's like, you know, is ever going to want to sponsor me or send me free stuff. Trust me on that one. You know, I mean, I've already been told that my broadcasts are not safe for work. Like, you know, that's pretty good, isn't it? Like, you know, so there you go. So keeping it politic free, keeping it, you know, sort of rubbish chat free, like, you know, I mean, I'm just gonna, you know, finish this up quickly. Like, big wave to everybody, like, you know, big wave to Gary. Where's my point? You know, so I still want to see if I can persuade Gary to come down so he can help me fix my Vespa, but we shall see. Like, you know, I mean, Phil Mike could come down as well. I reckon a good weekend on it, right? You know, we'll have that ready for its MOT. I mean, I've got all the bits, mostly, like, you know, I mean, what I haven't got, like, you know, will easily be found. So, you know, Shana bought a burger and chips today, like, you know, which was nice. You know, I haven't heard much else going on. If Steph rang, I've probably missed her call, you know. Cat's very cranky tonight, very clingy. I've got Squidge on top of my computer and she just keeps trying to get into my arms like a baby. And Gilly's been doing that all evening as well, very clingy, just wants to cuddle in my arms, like, you know, and it's obviously the wind's getting up for its third big blow, because we had a massive thunderstorm today. You know, poor cats must have thought the world was ending. So, right, I will leave those three with you and the Hagerty cloth, like, you know. I mean, I am absolutely astonished at that 1970s Rico. You know, I really am. I mean, perhaps it's because of the coronavirus, like the Indian people who do this sort of thing, they've got time in their hands. Perhaps they was lucky in getting some nice pieces come in. But you know, look at that, look at the clean. You know, it makes the grown aroma, like, you know, look like, you know, Wurzel Gummidge's sort of like Scarecrow's watch. That is just absolutely, and I mean, I am very, very pleased. I can't find a fault with it, a flaw with it. You know, and there's the back. I mean, you think about it, like, you know, what you're buying is like, you know, a 50-year-old piece, right, you know, for the price of a nasty, cheap Chinese digital. And even if you get 5 years worth out of this, it's still better on your wrist than, you know, a piece of plastic that's put together by some slave or wage slave, like, you know, in somewhere deepest, darkest China, like, you know. He's probably got paid, like, you know, the equivalent of like 20p a day. Right, whoever made this was not earning 20p a day. They put the effort in. This was crafted rather than chucked together. And that's what's wrong with the world. It's the fact is that, you know, back in my day, you know, people still made things. They put the effort in, they put their heart into things. But now it's all, because it's all machine and it's all like, you know, work, no rest, no play. Like, you know, they don't care. So they just chuck it together and it falls to pieces very quickly. You know, there was a time when made in Britain was like, you know, was the epitome of, you know, the crafted goods out there, like, you know, because we were so full up, you know. I mean, you think about Rolls Royces and Bentleys and stuff like that, and Minis, and, you know, just cars, like, you know. Like, you know, a big wave to Mr. Aging Wheels. Alright, mate, I hear that, I saw that he's got a Mark III Reliant Robin. You know, so he got bombarded last night on his channel. I basically told him exactly where every single part comes from for his car that isn't Reliant, or, you know, what Mini stuff, Vauxhall Corsa stuff, like, you know. So hopefully he forgives me for that. But it's just easier just to do it, and he can take notes and, like, you know, and then that way, like, when things break down, it's just better. Right, I'll bid you all well, and, you know, look after yourselves. Like, no armpit talk tonight, like, you know, I mean, like, I've been dropping some, like, you know, some right good old glass, like, in that glass engravers tonight, you know. I mean, if I'm not too careful, I'll get the MOD trying to get me, see if they can bottle it, see if they can, like, you know, poison some people over in Salisbury. I won't, no, like, I didn't have my tinfoil out on. Catch you in the next one. Look after yourselves.